Well guys, we're back from commercial, no commercials, but we're gonna talk about motherboards. X570 for Ryzen 3000. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Juan from BlueprintPC here, welcome, and yeah, thank you again. So, my first video back since having surgery, had my tonsils out. That sucked. I don't recommend it unless you absolutely have to and your doctor tells you to. Listen to them, not me. Today we're going to talk about the X570 PRO4 from ASRock. It's an entry-level motherboard for X570 chipset. And yeah, Ryzen 3000, all that fun hoo-ha. We're going to get into it. Alright, well, let's talk about what comes in the box for this guy. Thankfully, it's not in the box right now, so don't worry about that. So, basic things. One, this one actually came with just a random sheet that tells you about the memory installation and all that fun stuff. Your manual, SATA cables, and a whole bunch of M.2 screws. It's got your standoffs and stuff for it, and it's got replacement screws. And I don't know if I'm supposed to have this many, but I have a whole bunch for the heat sinks that come with it. I'll kind of show you where those go later on. Your drivers and all your other fun bloatware that they probably include with that. So the disappointing thing that comes in the box is this. Your rear I/O that looks like tinfoil. Nothing special. Like, I think they should have made it like black or something at the very least. Most important part, your ASRock sticker. It's like 10 more horsepower. Right there. Alright, let's get into the features of the motherboard and all this stuff can go away. Alright, well, so there's a ton of information I want to provide you guys about this board. I'm going to go through a list here that I made of all the highlighted stuff that's important, that's a little bit unique to this one, or just like something, you know, that stands out over a basic entry-level board. So, basic feature, Ryzen 3000 ready. This one does have 10-phase power design, which I think is pretty good because there's still a lot of boards out there that are doing 4-phase, 6-phase, and I mean 8-phase is still good, but there's some that are doing, you know, 4 phases still on the cheaper end, and it's, you know, I wouldn't use it personally. I just rather would have cleaner power if I'm going to overclock or if I'm going to run a higher end processor like a 3900, 3950X. So, basic feature, dual channel memory. It's pretty common nowadays, which is still a good thing though. It has two 16-lane PCIe Gen 4 slots, which I think is a plus, so that is a definite winner there. It comes with 7.1 Realtek audio codec, which again, I think is a winner there because not all of them are coming with 7.1, you know, onboard audio. Some are still 5.1 just because it's cheaper. So for an entry-level board, 7.1, I think it's good, especially in the first-person shooters. So it does come with M.2 Gen 4, has two M.2 slots on it. It does come with a M.2 Key E, which is for the Wi-Fi card. So you can have onboard Wi-Fi put on this later. It doesn't come with it, but you can get it if you want to do that. It does have two 3.2 Gen 2 USB slots. One Type A, one Type C. The Type C is the kicker there because it's, you know, it's becoming the future. Type C is going to become commonplace, you know, very quickly here. Seen it more and more often, but not every board still offers it. My X470 board offered it, but that was a higher end board. This is 570, and they're not all still standardized yet. So, but this one having it is a nice way to future-proof yourself, just in case you need something that requires it. And then as for that, it's ASRock, so it comes with a polychrome sync. Yes, let me get that right. Polychrome sync. So, for all your RGB needs. Alright, as to the physical build out for this guy, so you see right here you have your M.2 slot. That one's got a heatsink on it. You have an additional one here. Again, these are the hyper ones, the Gen 4s. You have an additional slot right here. It does not have a heatsink, but at least you're blessed with two of them. Again, entry-level board, that's nice. It's becoming more standard nowadays, but great add-on feature. So right here you have your M.2 Wi-Fi card slot. So if you want to do onboard Wi-Fi, it's an option. You have your chipset fan right here for your X570 chipset. You have two 16-lane Gen 4 PCIe slots, CPU socket, 4 slots for your RAM, 24-pin connector, 8-pin connector. You have your aluminum alloy heatsink that goes on your 10-phase power supply right there, well, your power phases. Outside of that, it's pretty standard. It's the sapphire black PCB from ASRock. You do have a variety of headers on here. You do have two RGB LED headers, one addressable RGB header, one CPU fan, CPU fan water pump headers. So you have those two right there. You also have 3 actual just chassis fan headers. And let's see, we get one here, one over here, and then the last one is on this side right here. You have 6 SATA ports right there, 2 right here, variety of your USB front connectors along with your front I/O connectors. And on the back here is where we're going to look at the rear I/O and see what kind of connectors we have right there in ports. Alright guys, so for the rear I/O here, we've got a whole variety of things going on, but it's all pretty basic outside of a few highlights. So you do have your PS/2 port right here. Again, that's old school, not many people still use it nowadays. You have a display port, HDMI port. You have 6 USB 3.2 Gen 1s. 2 here, 2 here, and then 2 here. You have your basic audio connections back here. RJ45 for your Ethernet connection with its LEDs. And then, again, the highlight back here is strictly going to be your USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports. Again, you have the Type A right here and the Type C at the bottom here, which I think, again, is the winner because it's going to help future-proof you for all the updated components and things that are going to use that feature and that type of connection that are going to have that kind of power. Because, again, that still does not come basic on all entry-level X570 boards. So, again, key feature. Alright guys, so we're almost done here. I won't keep you too much longer. A couple last minute things I want to just let you guys know. One, the RAM on this one will be compatible with up to 4066 megahertz RAM. Please check the QVL list before you buy any RAM, just like with any motherboard, this one or another one. It will be compatible with up to 120 gigabytes of RAM as well too. Not likely that you're going to need that much RAM, at least not anytime in the near future, but it's nice to know you have the option. Again, hitting a couple key factors with this guy, the Type-C port, the 2 16-lane PCIe's, the Gen 4 for those, and the M.2. All that I think is great to have. That 10-phase power design is all going to be great to help carry you into the future. So whenever Ryzen Zen 3, Ryzen 4000 comes out, this should hopefully carry you into that with some simple BIOS updates. Let's hope. As long as they don't change the socket, we'll see. Overall, I think it's a solid board for the price. And you're not really going to find many other things that have all the features that this does in that price range. They're all going to be like minus a few things. This one I think has probably one of the best overall collection of features. I will leave a description for this and a link in the description. And that's for my Amazon affiliate link. That helps me out. If you guys do click on that link and you do purchase something, I get a small commission for it. So that would really help out the channel. But if you don't want to, don't. It's okay. We're good. So outside that, please hit the like and subscribe button. Catch you guys in the next one.